Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of Season 8 here in the RTG. Speaking of 8, we are 8 points clear at the top of the table from Chelsea, Bournemouth and Newcastle. West Ham and Liverpool sat there on 19, so it's very, very tight with everybody else, but we still top with 9 wins from our opening 10 games, having a tremendous season so far. Things did get a little bit worrisome for us in the last episode though. We were not playing good football. It took a big mistake from the Napoli defensive line to gift us victory there. We were not good enough against Liverpool, but somehow still able to work a victory on that occasion. Got a win against City and a win against Arsenal, and then victory in the Carabao Cup to send us through to the quarters, which will be in tomorrow's episode. Today, we start with Huddersfield at home, which will sim. We'll then play Napoli and Newcastle, play Bournemouth at the end of the month, and sim the two between Newcastle and Bournemouth with Midtjylland and West Ham. We have made the decision, of course, in the last episode to give Rafael Leao a chance at striker alongside Cutrone. I was very, very frustrated with Robin Gerzic in yesterday's episode. Particularly frustrated with him. So I do want to give Rafael Leao a little bit of a chance. Leao came off the bench and sealed the game for us against Liverpool by tucking the ball underneath the keeper very late on to make it 2-0. So if he can have that sort of impact from the start, then maybe we might be okay. And things might work themselves out. We're going to get a 2-0 victory here against Huddersfield, which is a superb start to the episode. 3 points on the board. We shall head now to the Champions League, and I hope to add 3 points onto the board there as well. There's going to be one change to the side for Napoli in this game, that being that McAllister's back from suspension now, so he can start in the midfield alongside Benassi. David Neres still on the right-hand side. Insigne, who was very good against me for Napoli in the last game, on the left. Outside of that, the team is exactly the same. One change for them, and of course one change for me, with Rafael Leao now starting up top ahead of Robin Gerzic. So a win here against Napoli for us would put us out of reach of them, and provided that Midtjylland don't beat Bayern, which I think is not going to happen, then a win in this game against Napoli will guarantee us progression through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. We still have to do well against Bayern in the next game against them to ensure top spot, but a win here is us through to the knockouts. Of course, the board want a final appearance. Werner down the line, driving. Not going to catch him if he decides to really open the taps. Nice ball inside there to McAllister, and Timo Werner down the line. Good ball in. Everybody misses it. Good block by Teo Hernandez, and it gets the second ball as well. That was vital there. It's a man at the back post. David Neres was waiting to turn that home. Torreira on the counter. Lookman is available. Lovely turn by Cutrone. Lookman finds him, but he's off. So looks that he's found by him, but he's offside. Big chance for Napoli. They went 1-0 up, of course, in the first game against them, and we found them very difficult to play against. Got themselves an equaliser, and then they gifted me the winner. Absolutely gifted me the winner. Whoa! Laura's going to have to do better than that if they're going to win this one. It's Timo Werner. He seems to be drifting out to this left wing slot a lot more than he necessarily needs to. It's a corner here for Napoli. Neres into Insigne. Cross comes in, and it's deep. Pau Lopez can punch only. Parella, dominant as ever aerially. McAllister does well to hold off Leao there. Benassi plays it back to him. Could have shot. Neres, now he does shoot. Pau Lopez holds on well. Bowl it out to Lookman. We'll look for a counter-attack. Cutrone's there. Quick 1-2. Cutrone's passing and link-up play is absolutely brilliant, especially on this left-hand side with Lookman. We'll look for Cutrone here, and somehow he gets away from the defenders. We'll play it to Ziegler. Ziegler with the effort. Good save by Hradecky. Rafael Leao, pull that back. Look for a teammate. Hradecky gets something on it. Thought they were going to pass it straight to Cutrone again there. Torreira, unchallenged, wins the header. Looked to squeeze that through, but unfortunately not quite find it. Tight game here after half an hour. Very tight game. Lookman's got him for pace, but Rugal will have the strength. Wouldn't let me change to Hernandez immediately. Okay, Mr. Neres, that touch was outrageous. Insigne is not going to win ahead a header against almost anyone on the pitch, to be fair. So Diogo Dalot wasn't necessarily under too much pressure there. Torreira's probably the only player he could win a header against, actually, Lorenzo Insigne. Cutrone to Leao. Leao will look for Cutrone again. It's a lovely ball, but it can't quite get to it. Slightly overplayed. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Tentative affair. Napoli were 1-0 up at the break in the first game against them. A point here for either of us doesn't really do either side any favours. We both really want the win, to be fair, to really boost our chances of A, for us going top, staying top, qualifying top, and B, for Napoli just qualifying in the first place. I'll look for Leao with this cross. It's a lovely ball in. Franco just gets to it first. Delivery here from Lookman. It's decent. Cutrone's underneath it. It's Perella, I think, that got the final touch. Morelos will knock that down there to Rafael Leao. Can't get it out of his feet. We'll get this back to Morelos, though. Morelos, that's well hit. It's well saved. It'll be 0-0 at the break, although we have put the pressure on right at the end. Keep that going in the second half. We'll be fine. Nice tackle by Leao. Starting off the second half, hopefully the right way by getting involved. Look out wide to Ziegler. Just knock that back. For Cutrone, play that into the space, and then look for Leao through that gap now, but unfortunately the run was well marshalled. He'll keep that in there as well, actually, Davaneres. He's done well to do so. Here's McAllister. Lovely ball through. Now, Lauren isn't the fastest. Timo Werner, however, is. Lauren up against... Oh! Up against Perella, and that shot was not far wide at all. A replay of something in the first half with the goal decision system that was not even close to going in, so why we needed a replay that I'm not sure. Would have much preferred a replay to see how close that effort from Lauren was to going in. We've worked that about really nicely. Lookman driving down the left-hand side. Rugi is quick. We'll turn. We'll look for Leao in the middle. Perhaps he could be Ziegler. No. Well, one there. Morelos should win this. He has done. Leao brings it down and fires, and it's well blocked by Dodo. Kredetsky makes the save, comfortably so. Still 0-0. 11 minutes into the second half. Could win this header. It's a free header from Morelos, and Cutrone could play the reverse pass, looking for Leao, but just too many defenders back there. Savic over the top with a free kick. Guerra does well to find McAllister. Nice tackle in the midfield, though, and will send Leao away. Now's the chance for the counter-attack. Franco trying to close Rafael Leao down. He turns inside well. Rafael Leao going to go all the way. Yes, he is. Off the post. The counter-attack works beautifully. Rafael Leao makes the breakthrough against Napoli. Turns inside nicely. That situation is why I sold Monye and didn't go for Ronaldo or Messi regens. They had one-star skill moves. Pretty sure that glitched through Suarez Garcia's legs, but we'll brush over that. I used that sort of step over and turn inside so much in my build-up play. Whether it be counter-attacks, whether it be out wide, whether it be when we're just building in possession. I used that move a lot to try and work space. And players that can't even do a ball roll or a step over just are of no use to me in the offensive capacity, I'm afraid. That's why I turned down the opportunity of signing the Ronaldo regen or the Messi regen, and why we sold Benedict Monye to Manchester United. Because they just don't suit my style of play. Leao looking for Cutrone. I shouldn't have played a through ball there, that's my fault. Dodo trying to close down on the left hand side, and Insigne tackled by Suarez Garcia. Leao involved again. This time I did choose a pass to feet, and it actually worked. What do you know? Play the right pass and it works. Cutrone looking for Leao. We'll just go backwards. Just try and keep possession for now because time is running down. Leao is there again. And play the ball through. Suarez Garcia has a goal in open play for me. Oh, the fan favourite grabs another one for his career as a Cambridge United player. Lovely assist by Leao. Laid it into his path and buried. He scores quite a bit in simulated games, Suarez Garcia, but he hasn't scored for me in a played game in ages. Almost 2 seasons, I think. A goal for him here, though. And we have a 2-0 lead, and subsequently, I'm sure in a moment's time, a 2-0 win as well. 2 late goals here against Napoli. Although we created them all ourselves rather than having to rely on them being gifted to us. Specifically the one being gifted to us like it was yesterday. We'll take that. We'll head now into the next game, which was West Ham, I think, at the weekend. And we'll see if we can get a victory there as well. It's actually Newcastle next, away from home. West Ham is in a couple of weeks' time. Because of the closeness in nature of these two games, I'm actually going to rotate the side quite a bit here for this game against Newcastle. We'll throw Davies in for Morelos because he's bound to lose stamina immediately anyway. We'll throw Getrauda in for... Actually, no. We'll leave the back line unchanged, but Gerzic, Suarez, Garcia and Davies are in. And then we can make other changes as we progress through if we feel we need to. We'll put Patrick Davies in there. Patrick Turner even, I don't know why I call him Patrick Davies. We'll throw Edwards in there. I think Suarez Garcia, if he hadn't scored, I might have started Edwards, but because he got the goal, I'll start Suarez Garcia ahead of Edwards. Right, that's how we'll continue on then. Newcastle next. Newcastle are actually third in the Premier League right now. Bournemouth are second, who are, I believe, our opponents at the end of the month as well. So, big games today. Not necessarily big teams, but in the nature of the league battle, very big games. Newcastle away next. Solanke again. This little dummy by Ennis Bardi. It's tackled by Davies though, but still it drops through. Morlanes. Bardi, Demata out to Kachonik. Demata again. Tall, strong, and very, very fast, Demata. We have the pace and the height with Gerzic, but not necessarily the strength. Demata's touch was a little off there, but still able to get it under control. Bardi finds Morlanes. First time effort. How many times have we seen those fly top corner? Unfortunately for them on this occasion. Top corner of the stand, not top corner of the goal. Back to Morlanes, out wide there to Lowe. Decent delivery. Solanke's there. Pau Lopez with a save. Just arrived for Dom Solanke to run onto there. Perfect timing of ball and run. Cross comes in from the corner. It's a good one. Perella underneath it. How many times have we seen that in his career here at Cambridge United? By to Morlanes. Pau Lopez at the second attempt brings it down and holds on to it. And we'll look to try and go the other way up the field. Get ourselves an offensive move rather than having to sit back and defend Newcastle pressure. Gerzic under control. In there to Catrone. Tom Davies making a good run. And he gets to it first. And we'll get it to Lookman. We'll burst into the box. Turn inside. Adamola Lookman's still going. Blocked. Oh, and I couldn't get to it with Gerzic. 20th minute. It's still 0-0 here at St James's Park. But chances at both ends are coming now. Dallo. To Robin again. Nice run being made by Suarez Garcia. Lovely ball into the path. Cross first time. It's a decent delivery and it's going to be flicked on. And unfortunately, Adamola Lookman had committed just a little bit too far. There's well to keep that in. Hernandez is there in support. Here's Lucas Torreira. Oh my lord. Why could that not have gone in? What an unbelievable strike from the Uruguayan. We'll look for Tom Davies. He'll try and replicate that if he can. It's blocked and unfortunately Catrone can't react in time. Freddie Woodman had no chance whatsoever with that Lucas Torreira strike, but unfortunately the woodwork was in the way. Corner for Newcastle, just a few minutes into the second half, with some tall people in there, and it's actually Lucas Torreira of all people that wins the header, as I talk about people that are tall. Perella pushing out a long way actually from centre-back. Oh, not quite, ball bobbled there rather nastily in the middle of the field as the ball's played across.
Newcastle United.
Good football from Newcastle, playing well here. Bardi into Dom Solanke. The option out wide. Suarez Garcia dropping back into a right-back role here. Lowe gets around him. Must have had a call from the keeper there because Tom Davies ducked right out the way of that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Nice tackle by Torreira, but still Ennis Bardi finds his teammate. Lowe into Morlanes. Dallo drawn a long way out of position there. Torreira again. Suarez Garcia filling in at right back again. And Pau Lopez making the save again. 25 minutes to go. I've got changes being made. It's a dominant header from the defender there. Changes being made to try and shake things up a little bit. Give us the impetus to push forward and get the lead. But so far nothing doing. Dennis Adebola coming on the left. Oscar Hill coming in midfield. Just had a little bit more physicality in there. Suarez Garcia could get to that and he's flicked it on well but doesn't find a teammate. Demata's turned brilliantly and Solanke will find him again, and Ukiele with a very important block there to ensure that they don't take the lead. Why it puts players like Lucas Torreira at the near post for corners, I have no idea. So infuriating. It happens in Ultimate Team as well. Almost every single time you have N'Golo Kante in your team, it's him that's at the near post. So frustrating. You want someone of a decent size at the near post to try and stop things like that. You want someone that's as small as Lucas Torreira perhaps on the line, someone that isn't going to win an actual header. Diogo Dalot in the box with the effort blocked well by Sporler. Let's see if we can do something here from the corner then. We've got someone slightly taller on the near post. And, oh, good header and away. But Cotrone with a header again. And Shea, I think, was he the one that got the first header away as well? I'm not sure what happened to Oscar Hill there. Did Fabian Shea just clear the ball off the line twice in the space of a few seconds? I'm not sure. Cotrone finds Gerzic, spins well, and then tries to lean around a player that was nowhere near him. But he could have just sprinted after that. That's frustrating. Oh, thankfully, that'll be my throw. 11 minutes to go here. They're making a change. We're looking like we're going to be getting a draw here away from home in a game that I really wanted to win, to be honest, considering the nature of where Newcastle are in the league. Oscar Hill looking for Dennis Adebola. Finds Cotrone. Will go to Hill again, who could then look for Dennis Adebola. I'll look for Gerzic at the back post, but the cross is really poor from Adebola. Needs to be better there. Really needs to be better. I'm pretty sure he's got very good crossing as well. 95 crossing. Not on that evidence. Not even close. Sorry, Catralda on from Michele just to make sure we don't concede at the end. We'll see if we can hold out for the point. Douglas Luiz. One way then the other. Gets past Oscar Hill. Solanke to Di Matta. Good block by Perella. Tracking back here Suarez Garcia. You cannot criticise Suarez Garcia's work ethic. He runs more than anyone else on the pitch, I'm sure. The amount of times he's been filling in at right back today as Dallow's gone wayward. Pretty remarkable. Gerzic just going to look to drive inside and use his pace. And actually will look back for Suarez Garcia. And if that pass had found its way through, we might well have won it. It's a 0-0 draw against Newcastle. I can't remember the last time that happened in a game with Cambridge United. A very even game, though, as you can see from the stats. A point deserved for either side. It's a 2-week break now until we have the game against West Ham, which we'll simulate, and then we'll simulate the game against Midtjylland as well, and then it'll be Bournemouth at the end of the episode. Right, we're here then, West Ham at home. As you can see, they're actually second in the league. All the teams that we've been playing recently are right near the top of the table. West Ham now, we've played Liverpool recently, we just played Newcastle, we've got Bournemouth at the end of the month. Getting pretty nutty actually. The amount of teams that where you wouldn't expect them at this stage of the season is more so than normal. West Ham, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Leicester. You've still got teams that you would expect to be higher, a lot lower down. Arsenal, City, and Manchester. Normally it's only one side that tends to underperform, but it's a number here that are doing so. West Ham, Midtjylland, and then Bournemouth. Hopefully we can get a win here against West Ham, and we can get whatever we possibly can against Midtjylland. I'm sure we could get a victory there as well. West Ham actually in decent form. Well, they must be if they're second in the table. But Moreles gives us a 1-0 lead in the 9th minute. It's a Manchester derby right now, as you can see bottom right. Manchester City going 1-0 up through Garcia in the 5th minute. Not much else happening here so far against West Ham United. As we push into the second half, it's just the odd substitute or two. And there's a goal for Dan Garner. The West Ham have an equaliser. We go 2-1 up, and then they miss a penalty 60 seconds later, and that will cost them the chance of any points. Leroy Sané scoring a second for City to give them the win in the Manchester derby. We are not necessarily guaranteed top of the group yet. David was disappointed not to start. We were about to play in this next game, mate, so don't get too disheartened, will you? If we win against Midtjylland, well, basically, even if we lose against Midtjylland, we have Bayern to play on the final day. So if we lose to Midtjylland and Bayern beat Napoli, we'll be a point behind Bayern, but still have the chance to go above them if we beat them on the final day of the group stage. So it doesn't really matter what happens in this game against Midtjylland. If we win and Napoli beat Bayern, or even if we win and Napoli hold Bayern to a draw, then we will win the group. But regardless, it's going to be in our own hands anyway. Henriksen with a goal after 11 minutes. The centre-back, Suarez Garcia, missing a penalty, frustratingly. Dennis Adebola, though, popping up with a second. I'm keeping an eye on the right-hand side. Now, Bayern 2-0 up against Napoli. I just saw that before it disappeared at the bottom. So, it will go down to the final... 3-0 up now, Lisov there in the 64th minute. It will go down to the final day between ourselves and Bayern Munich for top of the table. Gerzic's getting another to make it 3-1 there before the end of play. It will be Bournemouth next, first versus third in the Premier League. Give the left backs a train, see if we can get some improvement more, or some more improvement even out of them. They're the same rating, but look at the difference between Mancini's defensive stats and Lee's. Mancini 87 stand tackle to 77 for Elliot Lee. Why Elliot Lee is as high as Mancini overall-wise, I'm not entirely too sure at this stage. But we'll go and play Bournemouth now in this final game of the episode. Leao needing a little bit of a rest. I should probably have taken him out, actually, that last game. But regardless, he's going to get the chance to play here away from home against Bournemouth, and we shall see what their starting lineup looks like. Are they performing better than expected, or is their squad pretty decent? Let's have a look. Katuku up top, Brooks out wide. I'll move him to Cam's spot because I'm pretty sure they've got a winger that's pretty decent. They must have sold him. I'm pretty sure they had a winger that was quite highly rated. We'll throw Jordan Ibat wide though. Getchinovic, Maitland-Niles and Pereira. Target, Ido, Niazga, Szyminski. Really? Szyminski right back? I'm not sure about that. They got, well, Ailton is a left back but could probably play out there. Have they got any other right backs? Dan is a centre back who's not really high rated than anyone. Jaume is probably going to be better than Godinho Catola. I bet his kicking, I bet this keeper's kicking is amazingly high. Alright, makes a change. Normally, reading goalkeeper's kicking is like 10 to 15 higher than any other stat, and that's why they have better overall ratings. It's actually a rare... what about you? There you go. To prove the point. 76 kicking with everything else being low 60s. That's what you see more often than not. Right, let's go and play this game then. We'll take Szyminski out for Ailton, and then we shall go and play. It's first versus third in the Premier League. Cambridge United away from home against Bournemouth, who have been, on multiple occasions in multiple series, a bit of a bogey team for me. Moreles into Lucas Torreira. There's Catrone, spinning one way, then to go back the other. And then through. Lovely ball. Rafael Leao into the bottom corner. That is a superb goal. We lead by a goal to nil at the Vitality after just 8 minutes. Nicely done by Catrone, one way then the other. And then look at the burst of acceleration from Leao. And he committed to the run as well. Didn't stop when I turned back. He kept going. Just trusted that the ball would come. Really nice finish as well into that bottom corner. His third goal of the Premier League season. Maitland-Niles. Picked off by Ziegler. Michele Tadallo. Torreira. Nicely to Catrone. There's Leao. Ziegler's made the run just onside, I think. He was. Good whip. Catrone with a header. It's dipping. Oh, wow. Wow. What a header from Patrick Catrone. That was absolute perfection. That's one of the best headed goals I've seen. Not just that I've scored, that I've seen in any game of FIFA. That is unbelievable from Patrick Catrone. Using every bit of his 90 rating there. That's unreal. Look at the way it goes up and spins away and dips just under the bar. Mind-boggling stuff from our highest rated player. Patrick Catrone, his 4th goal of the Premier League season. That was unreal. Here's Katuku over the top. Oh, nicely done by Hernandez. He's been very good at left back actually. Firpo was really good for us, but Theo Hernandez has really taken us a step on in that specific position. We'll look for Rafael Leao here. Slightly overplayed, but I could tuck this back for Moreles. And there's a third. We're putting Bournemouth to the sword here. The quality in this team is really showing through now. Cambridge United 3, Bournemouth 0. We're really the best team in the league right now. I don't think there's any shadow of doubt about that. His 7th goal of the Premier League season. 3-0 up inside half an hour as we head into the game talking about Bournemouth being our bogey team. Not even close on this evidence. Finds him well. Hernandez. Into Moreles. There's Torreira. Catrone. Lookman's on the run. And Ailton tucked in a little bit narrow there, but Lookman's touch was a bit heavy. Needed to be slightly better there. We'll get that quickly to Patrick Catrone though. I've got support here from Theo Hernandez, and there's Moreles on the edge of the box. Burst, get it on his left. Let fly. Good block. Hacked away. Looking for a 4th, as if the game wasn't already out of their reach. Looking for a 4th just to finish it off. Moreles looked through there to Catrone. Tried to get it under control and just turn at the same time, and it wouldn't quite work for me. Hernandez though will look for Torreira. Again looking for Catrone and hacked away by a defender. With a dominant side here, This is exactly the response we needed after that disappointing 0-0 draw against Newcastle. It's going to drop for Lookman. Hits the defender in the face as he reels away, holding his nose. Bournemouth yet to have a single effort on goal in the first half. Hopefully they won't have one in the second either. Throw in a good position. Kind of slowed the move down there by taking that touch, but never mind. Catrone, ooh, he struck that well, but not far enough into the corner. For my liking there. I tried to get it into the top right, and he's kicked it kind of central down the middle to the goalkeeper, but never mind. We're already 3-0 up. If I was still stuck at 0-0, I'd have been rather frustrated at that, but for the time being, he's allowed to get away with it. Katuku. Oh, that's a nice turn, actually. I overcommitted there with the defender, and unfortunately, it cost me. And always in the way on this occasion, though, Mukiele, so at least he's made up for it. 25 minutes to go. Still 3-0, and still looking like the dominant side. And there's down the line to Adamola Lookman. Little turn inside. Arriving here is Catrone. Try again to find the bottom corner, and that was not far wide at all. I really genuinely thought that was going to go in then. Bending and whipping and spinning, but... God! Couple of inches in it. Lookman to Morales. There's Torreira. Rafael Leao quickly to Catrone. I don't know how he does that. So many times, see Patrick Catrone keep possession in situations like that. What a finish from Rafael Leao. And I don't know how he does it. I'm not sure what stat it is, what statistic actually helps him keep the ball in situations like that. But he's better at it than anyone else that I've ever used. I don't know whether it's aggression or reactions, but when the ball bobbles through like that and it's like a 50-50, a good 80% of the time, Catrone comes away with the ball or will just get there first to play a pass, to get a touch, to knock it away from the defender. It's really, really crucial in that final third that his hold-up play is as good as it is. We only scored that goal because of that hold-up play and the ability to get to the ball first ahead of the defender. It's really changed the way that I'm able to play with my front line. And it's worked to rather dramatic effect here against Bournemouth. That was meant for Catrone again, annoyingly. So with 10 minutes to go, we won't be making it 5. Or we might. No, we won't be making it 5. But 4-0 is certainly good enough. Porter Torreira. Davies again, out to Lookman. Sprinting onto that. We'll go to Davies first, then to Catrone, then to Leao. Good strength shown by the Portuguese. Throw through to Catrone. Nice ball to Suarez Garcia. Is he going to get a Premier League goal? He is! He got a Champions League goal recently, and Suarez Garcia is on the score sheet in the Premier League. It's been even longer since we've said that. 5-0 to Cambridge United here away from home at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth really getting destroyed. We've not played this well or not been this effective in front of goal for a while. We've been getting quite a few 1-0s, 2-0s, 2-1s. The 0-0 against Newcastle, but 5 here against Bournemouth. Increases my confidence that we could very much be winning a number of trophies this season with Cambridge. Just the FA Cup to our names so far. But I have a feeling that's going to change this year. Lovely ball in, but not finding anyone. Suarez Garcia isn't going to win that header. He can win the knockdown though. Tom Davies looking for a 6th, but knocked away. And ref, thank you. 5-0 against Bournemouth. Sorry lads, you got destroyed. That was very, very pleasing indeed. What a way to end the episode and the month. Delighted with that. We've a game in the Carabao Cup on the 1st of December, I believe. The very first day of the new month. Oh, it's the 2nd. My bad. So we'll be playing... Well, rephrase. We'll be simulating against Bristol City at the first opportunity in tomorrow's episode. Perella getting closer to 85 rating now as his interceptions and marking go up. We are... Oh, you found all you can in Italy. Okay, I've got so many players on my shortlist. Not my shortlist, but in my global transfer network now. It's actually silly. Let's have a look, shall we? 79, 111. He found 111 players. 111! It's going to take me forever to go through all that lot. I don't even know, at this stage, even with 100 million to spend, I don't even know where I'm going to improve. Because the team is just so good. That's an incredible starting lineup. The rotation side could do with improving, but we want to give the youngsters the chance to do that improving. So I might just spend it on contracts, to be honest. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to do much in January. I might do something, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to do much in January. In the Premier League, we are 10 points clear of West Ham United. 28 goals scored, just the 5 conceded. Liverpool and Chelsea have only conceded 9. So we're not running away with the best defensive record. We're not running away with the best offensive record either. Just 1 goal scored more than West Ham United. But the two combined, why our dominant performances see us where we are in the table. This is, well, I mean, look at the starting 11. We are where we should be, basically, aren't we, with a team like that? And we haven't really had a standout, not a standout goal scorer. Morelos is probably my top goal scorer again, but the majority of those have come from midfield. 10 not come from midfield, come from simulated games. 7 in the Premier League, 10 for the season, although the other 3 came in pre-season. So 7 and 2 with goals and assists. Suarez Garcia has 9. Again, majority of those from simulated games and 4 from pre-season. And only 2 in the Premier League. Leao has 4 in the Premier League in 10. Gerzic has 2 in the Premier League in 11. Lookman has 5 in the Premier League and 5 assists. Catrone 4 and 4 in 10. Proving to be a very worthwhile signing. And Ziegler has 2 and 1 in 13. So no one's running away. We haven't got a runaway top goal scorer. But we are performing superbly well. To see if anyone goes up rating. Oh, Manager of the Month award as well to add to that. Thank you very much. That might be the first time we've won Manager of the Month here at Cambridge United. Any improvements to overalls I can see there? Ziegler 86. I think that's an improvement from being 85 a moment ago. He might have already gone up to 86. I can't see any others there. Adebola still 84. Green 81. That might be a slight improvement. Nothing too much going right now, but nothing too much needs to be done right now. We are superb here at Cambridge United, and hopefully that will continue tomorrow as well. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on December, and I'll see you then.